welcome to my channel if you're new, and if you're not new then of course welcome back to my channel for today's video. As you can tell by the title, I'm not going to be trying y'all this time. We're going to be continuing the Zodiac series today, and today we're doing none other than Leo. I slacked on the last few that I did and I uploaded them way too close to the end of the season. For the Leo one, I'm like, okay, I cannot wait till the last minute to upload a Leo video because I don't want to piss y'all off. Okay, y'all are a little bit scary. Anyways, you guys, if you don't know how this rolls, I'm going to give you guys all the positive, the negative, the good, the bad, the pretty, the ugly on Leos. I'm also going to show you guys how I achieved this makeup look right here. Of course, if you are interested, then please keep watching. Alright guys, so first things first, I'm going to go in with the BH Cosmetics Love Signs palette, and I'm taking the shade Pisces, which is just a matte brown, and I'm going to be putting this in my crease, and I'm using this shade as my transition color. So next up, I'm going to grab this hot pink shade, and this is going to go right in my crease as well with a little bit more of a defined brush. And you guys, look at that pigment. This is the shade called Aries from the same palette, and it gives you a whole lot of pigment, so you definitely want to work in little small sections or sessions, just how I'm doing it here. I'm building it up until I get it to be as intense as I want it to be. I am going to be cutting the crease for this look just to give it a more defined, cleaner look. So I'm just going to be taking the L'Oreal Infallible concealer for this. So for this eye, I'm going to be playing with kind of like a gradient look on the lid. So I'm going to start off first with this champagne shade. It's definitely not too golden, but it's also not like a silver shade either. I'm going to put this on the inner corner of my cut crease, as you guys can see. Then I'm going to go in with Aries, which is just a baby pink shimmer. And I'm going to focus that in the center of the lid, but I'm also going to really be very careful about the placement of this because I do want to kind of create that gradient effect so it kind of fades into that champagne shade. In order to do that, you just really have to make sure that you're blending everything, literally until your arm feels like it's going to fall off. I won't be doing an actual wing liner, but I'm going to be taking this dark brown shade from the palette, and I'm going to put that on my lash line, as you guys see me doing here. What that's just going to do is kind of create the illusion of a thicker lash line, kind of like it's also going to create the illusion of actual wing liner being there without you having to go through the hassle of actually applying wing liner. And then for lashes, I'll be going in with Flutter Lashes Irresistible. So moving on, I'm going to be doing face makeup now, so I'm just doing foundation and concealer and bronzer and all that good stuff. By the way, you guys, I will be sure to leave a full list of products down in the description box, so make sure you check that out if you want to know what foundation I used and what concealer I used, and etc. and etc. So for highlight, I'll be taking this one from the e.l.f. Modern Metals palette, which I really have been enjoying ever since my e.l.f. haul. If you guys have checked it out, you guys will know that I really am feeling this little palette right here. And then now I'm going to go in with this pop pink that I used on my eyes. I'm going to use this on my lower lash line because I do want to kind of smoke out the look a little bit more. Last but not least, for lips, I'm going to be going in with this Ofra liquid lipstick in the shade Santorini. This is a very loud and proud, beautiful fuchsia hot pink with a little bit of a metallic foil to it, but it's such a beautiful shade. And that's it, you guys. Alright guys, so this is the makeup look that I ended up with. Very loud, very va-va-voom, very in your face, very extra, because this to me just screams Leo. Like, you don't even have to put a title on this, sis. I'm not gonna lie though, I initially envisioned red when I thought Leo because I thought fire sign, lion, like red is such a powerful color. I started thinking, no, red is the expected color. I want to do something a little bit different. But if I didn't do this color, then you best believe I would have done red. Red is still number one when it comes to Leo. You guys, jumping right in, some of the... Shushu, what you doing? I don't think I've showed you guys yet, but I have a kitty. I'm a cat mom now. Let me introduce you guys. Let me not be rude. Hold on, let me get her. Everybody say hi to Sushi.
Shushu, Shushu, you can't show the goodies. You cannot show the goodies, girl. You a lady. You can't show the goodies.
So guys, this is my beautiful little kitty. Her name is Sushi. I've had her for a little bit over 2 weeks now. She's a new part of the fam bam, and I love her so much. Huddled up right next to Mama. Sushi, hold on, girl. I'm not wearing a bra right now.
You want to talk Leo? We're going to talk about Leos today. You want to talk about Leos?
She was actually almost a Leo. She was born really close to Leo season, but she was not a Leo. She's actually a Cancer. Right, Shushu?
You a Cancer, Shushu, girl?
Say bye to Sushi.
Bye, Sushi. Say bye, everybody.
Hi everybody. Okay, she clearly wants no parts of this. So you guys know the drill. I'm gonna look on my phone because I write all my notes down on my phone because that just helps me with my goldfish Dory brain so I don't have to forget anything that I wanted to mention. Of course, jumping right in, the date range for Leos is July 24th through August 23rd. Leo season could also start on July 23rd. Leos are a fixed fire sign. They have a lion symbol and they are ruled by the sun. I've come across some people that are Leos that say, no, I'm a Leo, but I don't act like a Leo. Usually with that, I've noticed that people that say things like that are born really close to the other signs that neighbor Leo. For example, if you are born kind of like on the July 23rd through like July 26th area around there, the earlier parts of Leo season, you could easily identify yourself more as a Cancer and have the Cancer traits. I am going to talk a little bit more about that in a little bit. Something that I really wanted to mention is I actually am part Leo. My moon sign is actually a Leo, so I really identify myself with you guys. Leos are really misunderstood, but I totally get y'all because I'm part of y'all, you know what I mean? Like, I got Leo in me, so I kind of roll with it a little bit. I'm gonna start off with some of the negative characteristics, the things that people usually tend to say about Leos that isn't so good. And I do this for everybody, okay? So don't think that because it's Leo, I'm trashing y'all. No, girl. I talk about every single sign. I give y'all the good, the bad of every sign. Leos tend to be kind of like the alpha dogs, the head dogs. And not that that's a bad thing at all. I don't see that as a bad thing, but other people might easily be very intimidated by Leos because they come off so powerful and so strong. Leo could really give off that vibe of acting like they're higher than other people, and it could really intimidate somebody who just doesn't have that kind of personality or is completely on the opposite spectrum. I wanted to note that out of all of the fire signs, I find that Leo is kind of like the head of all of them. Leos are the biggest personality of the three of them. In a room of people, you literally will know who the Leo is because usually Leos are the ones that are cracking all the jokes, or the loudmouths, they're the life of the party, they're the ones that bring the good time. Leos are so not shy. That is definitely not something that you will find in a Leo at all. But like I mentioned earlier in the video, if you are a Leo who was born closer to the Cancer season, then you might be a little shy because you've adapted sort of those personalities of a Cancer, which can be very shy and timid and reserved. Something that is also not so good about Leos is you guys don't tend to handle criticism really well, whether it be constructive or not. Leos just don't like to hear anything negative about themselves. Actually, as a matter of fact, if you are a Leo listening to some of the negative connotations I have to mention right now, you might be side-eyeing me like, girl, don't talk about my sign. That's what you're not gonna do. So it's actually funny because I always say that when I'm feeling some type of way or when I'm taking somebody's constructive criticism the wrong way, a lot of times I'm like, that's my Leo. That's my Leo. My Leo is not feeling anybody saying crap about me. So another thing that is really notorious when it comes to Leos is you guys often tend to need to be praised, admired, and your egos need to be fed constantly, especially by your partners. Women Leos, if you are with a partner and they're not constantly telling you how beautiful you are, you're gonna feel some type of way. You're gonna be like, hello, like, why aren't you telling me I'm pretty? With that being said, that goes to say that Leos also tend to be very much into themselves. They're great and they know it type of thing. Similar to that, Leos are also very self-centered. They tend to have big egos and they tend to think the world revolves around them, which isn't always a great quality to have. And they can be very arrogant at times and not want to hear anybody say anything that opposes their opinion. They don't want to hear it because they tend to think my way is the only way. Something that I've noticed in literally every Leo, male, female, and honestly it's something that I have in myself, and again it's my Leo coming out when I say this, we tend to be so bossy and so demanding. Sometimes we need to take it down a notch. Leos know what they like, they know what they want, and they're not going to let anybody tell them otherwise. That's not a bad quality to have. However, it's a problem when you don't ever want to listen to anybody else's input and you don't ever want to take anybody's ideas into consideration, and that's where a Leo goes wrong. Oh, another thing too that I've noticed in a lot of Leos as well is you guys can be very high maintenance. You're a little bit bougie, you like your expensive things, you like to flaunt your expensive things. Alright guys, so moving on to some of the great things about Leos, I have some great Leo friends that really truly, whenever I think of Leos, I think about them in this sense. Leos are so fun and charismatic. I want to say like 8 times out of 10, you're not going to find a very dull, very Leo like reserved, because that's usually like not in their blood. Like Leos are very much out there. They like to have a good time. They like to bring a good time. With that being said, they're lives of the party, and Leos are also social butterflies. One thing that I've noticed about a lot of Leos that I know is you guys are talkers. You know how to articulate your thoughts really, really well, and you know how to speak really well. Actually, as a matter of fact, Barack Obama is a Leo, and he just sounds so eloquent. And honestly, I've noticed that in a lot of Leos, to be completely honest. One thing that you'll notice is a lot of Leos are actually famous because, like I said, Leos like to be the center of attention. They like to bring a good time. They like entertaining others. So with that, naturally, there are going to be a lot of Leos in the entertainment field. You don't have to train a Leo to step out of their shell. Like, they're born for that. They're born for stardom. One thing about Leos also is you guys are hustlers. Like, you guys are about your business. If a Leo wants something, that want is going to turn into something that they do, and that do is going to be something that they actually get. Leo ain't here to play with you, okay? Leos are known as leaders and as decision makers. They literally will not let anybody tell them what not to do. And the other thing about them is they just don't take no for an answer. They're persistent about what they want, so they will go for it. Absolutely. All right, guys, so moving on to some of the qualities of being in a relationship with a Leo is, with women, Leos can tend to be very affectionate, very loyal if they feel like you are somebody that is for them. Usually women that are Leos don't usually tend to have a wandering eye. Usually if they feel like you're the one, they're going to be very loyal to you. Leos can be very loving and very affectionate and very generous, but that is only if they love you. Like, you gotta be in their circle for them to be like very generous with you. Some female Leos can be self-conscious at the root. They'll never admit that, like, ever in life, because like I said, Leos are leaders, they're bosses. They don't like anybody to see what their insecurities are, so they're not going to actually project them, but deep down inside they can be very self-conscious. So that to me explains why they constantly feel like they need to be praised. Leo men, on the other hand, in relationships are very macho men. They like to be the alphas, they like to be the leaders. And they can also be very loving and very loyal, like I said, if they feel like you are absolutely the one for them. But something else that I've noticed is Leo men can also be very possessive over their partners. Alright guys, so I'm going to close this off with some of the famous Leos that we know. So we have Barack Obama, which I totally get why he's a Leo. He's a very developed Leo because he's very loving. You can tell he loves his family. He's about his business. He's very loyal. He's a great speaker. He's a great leader. I mean, hello, he was a freaking president. Absolutely see that in him. Anyways, you guys, somebody else that I totally see them being a Leo, like they're the face of Leo for me, J-Lo. Like, she's just powerful. She's about her business. She's a hustler. Like, you just gotta love J-Lo. Then we have Kylie Jenner, which I wasn't surprised to see that she's a Leo because, again, people talk so much smack about Kylie Jenner, but that girl, literally, nothing phases her. She is about it, okay? Like, she ain't letting nobody get in the way of her and her coins. Tom Brady, Jennifer Lawrence, Meghan Markle, and Shawn Mendes are also Leos. Alright, you guys, so that's gonna complete this video. I hope you guys had a good time kicking with me today and talking about Leos. If you related to any of the things that I talked about here, let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. They help me out so much, more than you will ever know. And of course, hit the subscribe button before you leave because you're not about to watch this whole video and diss me like that. Nah, sis, you can't be doing stuff like that. That just ain't right. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the little notification bell so you get notified every single time I upload. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video, and of course, I will see you in my next one. Bye.